Jamestown, 3 minutes away from you. Squirrel Flat, 4 minutes. And Pine Haven, 4 minutes away from you as well. So just go ahead and stay in your safe place. We'll give you that all clear, just like we have been doing this afternoon, when that tornado threat has passed your area and it's safe for you to get out of your safe place. But for right now, just go ahead and stay in your safe place. This tornado warning is not going to be in our viewing area for a whole lot longer. One, it's moving pretty fast. And number two, it's just on the far outskirts of our viewing area. So that's what we're looking at with that right now. Katie, I don't know if you had any more information coming in over there on your end.
I have not seen anything from the Weather Service live, so it is not going to be in effect for very long. So we will not be on air for too much longer here, but we want to give the folks in the Jamestown area a heads up, Fentress County and Pickett County, that it is showing a decent amount of rotation. So right now you can see from base velocity where you've got that green and that red just to the west of Jamestown. That's going to be where we're looking at the better area of rotation that's pushing through right around Boatland and Helena. So this is where we need to be watching. And we'll continue to monitor this here as it pushes into the northern half of Fentress County. So here's Jamestown and Pine Haven, Wolf River, and this is the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. So we continue to watch a tornado warning now that has been issued for Fentress County. Will be in effect for another 15 minutes. And with that, it should push out of Fentress County. So that is something we will continue to watch here for another 15 minutes or until the National Weather Service decides to let it expire. So this will push through northern Fentress County. There is a sliver of Pickett County that it will pass and then move into southern Kentucky and outside of the Fox 17 viewing area. So bear with us just for a little bit while longer as we continue to watch the severe line of thunderstorms that has pushed through a lot of the area today. We continue to see issues as far as flash flooding goes, but this line here is going to be the last of the severe weather that we are seeing at the moment. But it is starting to push more into Jamestown at this time. So, and I will say, given where the radar is located, which is here in Nashville, this is showing a decent amount of rotation just above the surface. So National Weather Service feeling confident enough that that rotation is strong enough above the surface that they've gone ahead and issued that tornado warning, where we are likely seeing rotation near the surface, or enough that they've gone ahead and to issue that warning for now. But we will watch this closely here for another 10-15 minutes. But just to show you again, the line, severe thunderstorm line, extends all the way through our eastern half of the viewing area. So these yellow boxes, these are all severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued with winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And they will continue to gust 60 miles per hour or even higher in some cases as we see these storms march through the Cumberland Plateau. So all these warnings go until 6 o'clock tonight. And then behind that, we continue to monitor flash flood warnings. This one has actually been extended now in Davidson County, includes Nashville. New flash flood warning that's been extended now to 7:45, given the fact that we continue to see all of this rainfall over the course of last several hours. We've been looking at anywhere between 3, 4, 5, almost 6 inches of rain in one sitting, basically in a 12-hour time period, or even, about a 12-hour time period, or 24, we'll even say. So that is something we want to keep an eye on. Also noticing this, Brett, down to the south out of Alabama.
I was just looking at that as well, up there in North Alabama.
Yep, tornado warning.
I'm hoping that just stays outside of our viewing area.
And we'll keep a very close eye on that, as most of the activity has been in Alabama for today, and they have been unfortunately dealing with a major severe weather outbreak. But this one here we'll want to pay real close attention to, because it does cross over into the viewing area into Lawrence County or potentially Giles County. So we'll keep a watchful eye on that one. But in the meantime, our main concern continues to be the tornado warning that it continues to push through Fentress County. I have not seen the latest scan. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'd say it's broad at this point, but it is evident, it is there, and it is going to be affecting right around the Jamestown area. So just to the west of Jamestown, up towards Squirrel Flat and Jamestown, Helena, over towards Pine Haven and up towards Wolf River. Regardless, if we see a tornado on the ground, we are looking at winds in excess of 60 miles per hour with these severe storms that are moving through here. And this line has been notorious for producing multiple areas of rotation. So that's why, too, I think Weather Service is being extra cautious with this line, that these quick spin-up tornadoes are possible, and they can easily spin up and then produce winds and high winds and tornadic activity. So we don't want to let our guard down just yet with our severe weather as we continue to watch this line push through Middle Tennessee. This part of the line, though, should be exiting the area within the next 20 to 30 minutes. So it is not much longer before we should be all clear with this here. But those in the Jamestown area still need to make sure that you are taking shelter now from this. Next would be Sharp Place, and beyond that, rural areas of Pickett County along the Tennessee and Kentucky state line, and then it moves out of the Fox 17 viewing area. Brett, seeing anything new coming in from the Weather Service out of this?
You know, I'm not seeing anything new on any of those particular storms. I will say, though, like you were mentioning earlier, we were looking at that storm that was down there near Florence, Alabama. That's going to be in the northwestern portion of Alabama. We're going to be keeping our eye out for this storm right here. It's actually way down there. Right up here. So right up here in northwestern portions of Alabama, Florence. If that holds together, that would send it into areas like Lawrence or Giles County. So we just want to make sure we're watching that. And then also, there's that confirmed tornado down there in Coleman, Alabama, too. If that continues up on that northeasterly track, that could just hit the far outskirts of our viewing area. So just wanted to point that out real quick as well. But this is the reason why we're having to break in right now. This is for the far northeastern portion of our viewing area. So that tornado warning that includes parts of Pickett County, on over into Fentress County as well. This did include the very far northeastern portions of Overton County, but the threat has moved out of Overton County. So if you're up there in the northeastern portion of Overton County and got any sort of alert, the threat has cleared from your area, but now it's still going to be this eastern edge of Pickett County and then also the northern half of Fentress County. This tornado warning going to go until 5:45 this afternoon. I'll put it back over here to the velocity mode. You can still see it doesn't look super tight or anything, this rotation, but you can still see where this area of rotation is, at least a little bit higher up in the sky, because this radar that we're looking at, this is from the Nashville radar site, so this is quite a ways, but it's the closest radar that we can get to this particular storm. But if you're around Jamestown or Pine Haven, Squirrel Flat, Double Top, anywhere in these general areas, you need to be in your safe place. And then if you're up here, kind of way up here in the far northeastern portions of Fentress County, around Sharp Place, Wolf River, you also need to go ahead and stay in your safe place as well. So just keep that in mind. You only have about 10-15 more minutes or so left on this tornado warning, and then it's going to be pushing out of our viewing area, and then hopefully no more get issued and we can get you back to that game too. But right now, this is what we're looking at. That is the tornado warning. That's where we have to pop up on air. They've also recently issued another severe thunderstorm warning, and this whole eastern edge of this line has actually got some pretty strong winds associated with it. These were issued for winds potentially gusting up to about 60 miles per hour or so. That's going to be for the far eastern side of our viewing area. That's going to include areas like Van Buren County, a lot of Cumberland County included in that severe thunderstorm warning as well, along with Fentress County. And then there's that tornado warning that we have up there, the very far northeastern portions of Fentress County, and that is why we are on the air right now. Another thing that we were talking about too, most of today, is the flood threat. We've had a lot of flash flood warnings get issued, so if you are driving, we say it a lot, but if you come across any flooded roadways, just turn around and find a different way to go around, because it is not a good idea to try to drive through some of that flooded water. And more than half of the deaths associated with flooding actually come from when people are trying to drive through these flooded roadways, because you can never tell exactly how deep that water is on those. So just remember that if you run up upon any of those flooded roadways. Right now, Katie, I'm still looking at this area up here in the northeastern portions of Fentress County, and the rotation, I mean, you can see where they're thinking, you know, but it's just not looking super tight. These colors aren't super bright either, so at least that's kind of good news. Maybe a little bit of broad rotation still up there, but enough for the Nashville National Weather Service office to say we're going to go ahead and put a tornado warning on this. I have not seen any reports this being a confirmed tornado, but radar was showing enough rotation that they wanted to go ahead and put that tornado warning on there just in case you live in any of these areas like Jamestown, East Jamestown, Sharp Place. Go ahead and get in your safe place, and then like we said earlier, we'll give you that all clear once that potential tornado threat has moved out of your area. Katie, you seeing anything else?
No, I was just looking. The National Weather Service did let the tornado warning expire for Overton. So,
okay, good.
Yeah, Pickett and Fentress County remains, but the greatest area of concern is going to be just north of Jamestown now, towards Squirrel Flat, Pine Haven, and Squirrel Flat, and into rural portions of Pickett County. So this is impacting northern Fentress County here, north of Jamestown, and into Pickett County. And that tornado warning will continue for another
10 minutes, I think.
10 minutes, yeah. It was at 5:45, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, so Wolf River in about 6 minutes from now, and now impacting Squirrel Flat. I will say that it looks like the rotation trying to tighten up a little bit, at least starting to see a few more bright areas on the away radar. So seeing some circulation there near Pine Haven and Jamestown. And we take a look at the rotation detection, that's where it's shown up as well. So this is going to be just north of downtown Jamestown into northern and rural portions of Fentress County and into Pickett County here shortly. So this again will be the last of the line that we're tracking as far as the severe threat for today. Now, still possible that we could see some more little kinks in the line, although the line itself isn't looking as well organized as it used to. So that's good news too, also indicating that it's just not working in the best environment for severe weather. So these storms, they're really trying, and some of them succeeding with the one tornado warning, and then severe thunderstorm warnings are attached here with 60 miles per hour. So again, we're watching this one here, and again saying that the rotation is there. So in Jamestown, for those that are north of Jamestown near Pine Haven, please make sure you're taking your safety precautions as we do continue to find winds that are looking pretty distant for as far out as the radar is. We're getting right on the edge. That's what you see here. So that's the edge of the radar. And we continue to find the area of rotation. I'd probably say around Squirrel Flat and Pine Haven now. So these winds going toward the radar, which is here in Nashville, and winds going away from the radar. That's where we're looking at potential rotation within the storm as it continues to march to the north and to the east.
Katie, I've got a really zoomed in view right here if you want some of these road names, town names. So like you were just saying, right around the Squirrel Flat and Pine Haven area. And again, I know we're double boxed right now, so you may not be able to see these road names, but I'll read them off to you. North York Highway, Old Wolf River Lane, Pearl Hines Road, anywhere in that area. If you're familiar with this part of Fentress County, or if you live around that area, you still need to be in your safe place, because we are still seeing a little bit of decent radar signature, just considering how far away from the Nashville radar site this storm is. It's on the way outer edge of that. So if you're around that area, this is going to be just north of Jamestown in the northern half of Fentress County. You need to stay in your safe place. We just had a new radar scan. Still a little bit of rotation, maybe not quite as much as we just saw on the last radar scan, but still seeing a little bit of this going on. I'll circle it with my mouse right here, So that's going to put it around Old Hiram. This is really small font. Old Hiram Crabtree Road, Pearl Hines Road, that area, headed on up towards the far northeastern portions of our viewing area. So this is not going to be in effect for a whole lot longer. This is about to exit our viewing area, and this tornado warning is about to expire. 5:45 is the runtime on this tornado warning. It is 5:37 right now, so just 7 minutes left or so on that tornado warning right there. And that is still the only tornado warning that we have issued for anywhere in our viewing area, but the far eastern edge of our viewing area is still in that severe thunderstorm warning. And we have seen several reports of some trees down and things like that over roadways. So also keep that in mind too, because we've gotten a lot of rain, and then also we could be getting some pretty strong winds with some of these severe thunderstorm warnings as well, possibly wind gusts up to about 60 miles per hour or so.
All right, so the tornado warning again does continue until 5:45, now stretching into northern Fentress County here. Flooding will continue to be a concern for us as well with these storms that continue to produce a lot of rainfall. And we've had, even from this morning, upwards to 4, 5, almost 6 inches of rain. So flash flooding will continue to be a problem. And I would say even as we head into the evening hours, we will continue to find spot showers around. But generally speaking here, this line has been the main event. I would say the exception will continue to be a couple of these storms in Alabama if they hold together. So there are 2 tornado warnings and a confirmed tornado warning in northern Alabama, and we'll want to watch those pretty closely here. I'll put on the Alabama radar, in fact, so we get a little better idea, just to see what they may do when they move into Middle Tennessee. Now, our atmosphere is pretty worked over, meaning that we've had a big line of showers and storms push through. It would take a lot of energy for these storms to maintain strength and continue to move through Middle Tennessee. Not saying that it isn't possible, definitely is, but I think we're also working with a less favorable environment now for severe weather. And because these storms are all embedded within a big batch of showers as well, that really is going to take a lot of energy to see them continue marching northward in an even less favorable environment. So for folks in our southern counties, for Wayne, Lawrence, Giles County, Lincoln, Moore, Franklin counties, please make sure you're just keeping an eye to these storms to the south here, and we're watching them closely as well. And if we need to, we will definitely cut in and be on the air with you. But hopefully that won't be the case as we get more into the next couple of hours here. We'll start to see things quiet down a little bit. I'm going to go back over to our other radar, our Nashville radar, just to again take a look at the rotation that continues. Really doesn't look quite as impressive here. I wouldn't be surprised if they let it either expire or cancel it a little early, Brett.
Yeah, I am not seeing much at all right now on this. Granted, we are on the extreme outreach of our Nashville radar site, but I'm not really seeing much at all. So I think at 5:45, they're probably just going to let this run until 5:45, since we're only about 5 minutes away, 4 minutes away now. Clock just hit 4:51, but this is about to cross over out of our viewing area, and it looks like a lot of that rotation too that we were seeing on the radar, not even there anymore. So that is also some good news. Only another 3 or 4 minutes left now on that tornado warning. Like Katie was just saying, though, we'll be watching these storms that are down here into portions of North Alabama. We have 3 tornado warnings up right now. One of those is a confirmed tornado that's on the ground. So if those can hold together and work with enough energy that's in our southern counties, that could pose a threat for those areas down there. It's going to take kind of a lot for that to happen, but we will keep our eye out on that. And then also the northeastern areas of Fentress County still. That's where we were seeing that best area of rotation. But Katie, I think this is pretty much over and done with. In fact, they just, a National Weather Service office outside of our coverage area went ahead and put a severe thunderstorm warning on that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, with that, then I think what we'll do is we'll reset. Again, we're continuing to watch flash flooding concerns. A lot of heavy rain. We will be watching those storms out of northern Alabama for our southern counties. Please make sure that you stay alert throughout the evening hours. But for now, we will send you back to basketball.
We just one more tornado warning.